Hello, Dog TV Pack. Joe Myers here. In uncertain times, Dog TV wants to bring you the latest information so you are most prepared during this situation that's occurring in the United States and around the world. I'm going to wait a little while, and then I'm going to introduce our special guest today. Talk about his illustrious career first. And then we'll wait a couple minutes and let him sort of update everybody. So our guest today is Dr. Jeff Werber. He's a practicing veterinarian for over 35 years, Emmy award-winning, nationally renowned veterinarian, veterinary advisor to FI, PetMate, to DOGTV, of course. That's why he's here with us today. He's a co-founder of airVet, which is a national telemedicine and telehealth program. So Dr. Jeff, he understands this situation, has been talking about it on other platforms, and will continue to talk about it. Dr. Jeff, the floor is yours. Can you sort of give a brief overview of COVID-19 and how it affects our fur family members?
Sure. Well, first of all, Joe, thanks for having me. I love trying to educate the public, because if we don't give them the information they need, you know where they're going. They're going to go to Dr. Google. And again, the internet, I say, is a great source of information for all of us, but it's also a great source of misinformation. So to alleviate some of the panic, let's talk about COVID-19. So first of all, it is a coronavirus. And we in the veterinary world have been very familiar with coronaviruses because dogs get a corona, chickens have, swine have. It's one of those things where, and cats, I mean, first of all, I'm sure you may have heard of FIP, feline infectious peritonitis. That is a coronavirus. The feeling is that this virus actually mutated not from another person to person to person, but it came from the animal world. They're thinking bats, interestingly, very, very similar, by the way, to the coronavirus that affects chickens. The issue is that our bodies are just not used to seeing this virus, which is why it is having such a negative effect on us, because our bodies have not been able to make an immune response yet successfully for this virus, and the virus is mutating so quickly. So first of all, this virus cannot affect our pets. Understood. The dogs will not, cats will not get sick from this particular virus. However, why is there such caution? Well, the first thing that in Hong Kong, I'm sure many of you heard, there was a dog that tested weak positive. And the thought is, well, how did that happen if it's not affecting them? So it's very possible that a dog or a pet can become a carrier and then transmit the virus sort of as a secondary nature. It's not that it's getting sick from it. Here's the scenario. A person is with a dog, person gets infected, and either gets the virus particles on their body, which is why we're told to wash our hands, we're told to keep our hands away from our faces and our eyes and our nose, or if there's a cough or a sneeze. So there's good old Bowser sitting next to Dad, and all of a sudden, and coughs, and the particles come out and get on Bowser or himself. And meanwhile, what does the dog do? Licks your hand, they lick your face, they lick themselves, they clean themselves. Now the virus particles are in Bowser's mouth. All right. When this dog in Hong Kong, I think it was a Pomeranian, was tested, probably that's how they got the virus particles. Now, from an infection. Then good old Bowser, being the happy-go-lucky dog that he is, since your friend comes over, and what does Bowser do? Runs over and gives the friend a lick in the face. Yeah. So it could be transmitted that way. Possible, not probable, but possible. That's one way. The second way is what we call a fomite. I'm sure you've heard that we should wash door handles before you walk in the market at a refrigerator. See people taking out their wipes and cleaning the handle in the refrigerated section, or they're putting on their gloves. That is because the virus can live on an inanimate surface. And then when we touch the surface and then put our hands in our mouth, we can transmit the virus. Well, that dog who has the virus particles possibly on their coat, and then you pet the dog, and then you don't clean your hands, and then you put your hands in your face, that is another form of transmission. That is called fomite. Now, getting the virus particles from your own dog, who you're taking precautions, we'll talk about that in a second, is no greater risk than touching a doorknob in your own home. Okay. It's highly unlikely that you're going to get sick. Quite. So keep that in mind. So what can we do? We know all the social distancing. We know washing your hands, the mask. The masks really weren't to guard us from the particles as much as guarding us from touching our own faces with our own hands after touching something that was transmitting the virus.
Yep.
So what I would recommend is if you're in a situation and your dog does not have to go out in public, mingle with other people, mingle with other dogs, that would be the smartest thing. So doggy daycare, out of the question. Dog park, out of the question. Walking your dog in your own neighborhood, that's where you maintain the social distancing. Keep them away from other people that you don't know or that you don't trust. Keep them away from other dogs, and you're going to be fine. If you have a nice sized yard, if you have a nice hallway in your home somewhere, like, sometimes they have some of the old ranch style homes have a long hallway and all the bedrooms go off the hallway, and you want to get a chuck it, and get that tennis ball going back and forth, that's great. If you have a nice yard to play, that's great. If you live in an apartment building and you have one of those long hallways, right? Right. The part of the day when everybody's in there, everyone's locked in their homes anyway, in their apartment.
They're like
the hallway and throw something. The difference is with us and our pets is that we understand what's going on. So we know, it's cerebral. We know that it makes sense to us, and we are justifying it, and we are making the choice. Your poor dog is sitting there going, what's going on here? Where's my walk? I'm sitting here for all hours. Come on, I got to go out already.
They don't understand.
They don't get it. So we have to sort of be extra cautious and extra careful, but we have to give them their time, or else they're going to go stir crazy. They're going to start becoming destructive. They're going to start having accidents in your house. So it's very important that we understand where they're coming from and take steps. So, like I say, that's where whatever you can do for exercise, there's a great collar I work with. It's called Phi. And the Phi collar it's an activity monitor, and it counts steps. So if you have any doubt how much activity your pet should have, put them on like a Phi collar. And of course, anything to do that you can induce exercise, induce play. That's why I love the Chuck It from PetMate. That's another thing. Now, here's one thing that I'm involved in. And, it's interesting. I've been involved with this now for a couple of years. We launched big time about 7-8 months ago.
Yep.
We've talked to a lot of hospitals, and it is called airVet. airVet is our telemedicine platform. I have been concierge my entire career. I love helping my clients. They have my cell phone. Obviously, most of my colleagues think I'm absolutely nuts. You actually gave your cell phone to your clients? What are you?
Funny.
You know what? It was the best thing I ever did because that builds the bond. They know they can get it. I'm Dr. Welby. They can catch me anytime, and that's what's the most important. Well, now with what's going on, oh my God, we are hearing from so many hospitals. I'm getting calls from so many people that look me up on the App Store and they, put pet telemedicine, and there's airVet number one, and they're calling me with questions because their vets are closed. Or they're having these crazy rules. You drive up, it's like a drive-through service now. They come out, take the pet from your car, they examine it. That you don't get to talk to them, you don't get to see them. At least with airVet, with a telemedicine platform, you get to talk and see a veterinarian. The veterinarian can talk to you, sees the dog, sees what's going on. Obviously, not a hands-on. They're limited, but I will tell you, 80% of recheck exams and 40% of first-time exams probably could be handled via telemedicine. So take advantage of it. There are many, I wouldn't say there are tons, but there are about 6 to 10 different companies out there that could suit you. Of course, I'm going to think airVet's the best, but we're out there and we're helping people, and you don't have to leave your home. And that is the beauty of it. So I know there's so many questions, Joe. I'd love to open up if there are people want to ask me specifics. That's why I'm here.
Excellent. Yeah, please feel free, guys. Ask some questions in those comments and we'll get to them. We have one that we sort of came up before this conversation is in regards to hand sanitizer and dogs. There's some articles, there's some things. What is your understanding of the hand sanitizer usage around pets, making sure that we're keeping ourselves healthy as well as our dogs?
Well, the hand sanitizers themselves are basically want to be at least 62% alcohol. So it's a high alcohol content. Do you want your dog licking it? Not necessarily. We just got a really cool peppermint spray. It comes in a spray bottle, and you can spray your animals, but just be very careful. They don't sit there and lick themselves. It shouldn't hurt them. Or spray your own hands well, and then pet the dog. And that way they don't feel like they're being sprayed. They won't. That'll kill the virus. But the bottom line is that if you have a dog that's indoors, that is your dog or dogs. I have 4. And the beauty is I don't have to worry about social interaction with my dogs because I got 4 of them and they're out there playing all the time. They're in the house or sitting on my bed. But those that want some social interaction, choose wisely. You have to have a friend or a family member with their dog that you trust that is being equally as cautious as you are, and then it's probably okay. Get them together in a home, not or out on the street, but not in a public place where there are a lot of dogs.
Definitely.
So you to be safe, you can kind of do your hands, wipe the dog, do your hands again, and if you are careful and your dog is not in a situation to be with other dogs or other people that you don't know that might be spreading the particles, you don't have to worry about. Are you wiping all the doorknobs in your own home? What you do is you come in, you clean your hands, and then it's only when you're out in public or a public telephone. Well, we don't have a lot of those anymore. But or as I said, if you're going to have to go to a market and you're opening up the refrigerator freezer section, you need to put some gloves on or wipe the handles.
Okay. Just ensure your dog is not licking your hands after hand sanitizer. Make sure that fully rubbed in.
One thing about the high alcohol, it gets absorbed very quick. As you know, you can put that sanitizer on within a minute. You don't even feel it anymore. It gets absorbed and very quickly. So it evaporates very quickly.
Excellent. The other question, know that they are banning elective surgeries in the United States. From what I've been told, and I want to verify that with you. How does that apply to the veterinarian world in regards to surgeries or tests or things that we can not expect them to do right now?
That is a great question, and we are agreeing with that. In other words, wellness exams. Let's say you get the reminder and your dog is due for his annual exam with vaccines, okay? Dog is totally healthy. You're fine. Your dog's not going out anyway. So, and chances are, just so you know about vaccines, and I've been on this soapbox for a long time when it comes to vaccines. We, as a profession, are probably over-vaccinating our pets, period. So not to say we don't need them, but I've been doing titer testing for distemper and parvo for the last almost 10 years. People thought I was nuts. You're not going to give it every year? Look at the manufacturers. First it was every year. Then it was every 2 years. Now it's every 3 years. What do you think? So I've been doing titer testing, which is measuring a dog's own immunity to the diseases, to distemper parvo. And I would say 80% of the dogs that I test do not need vaccine. They still have immunity. Think about us. We get vaccines as kids, right? We got the measles, the mumps, the polio, right? Little kids, diphtheria, all that stuff. When was the last time we had to go back in for more vaccines?
It's true.
Lifelong immunity. So wait a second. Us, lifelong immunity, and dogs need it every year? I don't buy it. So we started testing and showing it. Perfect example, as an entering freshman in a vet school, we all had to get rabies shots. They say a rabies shot in a person is good for about 10 years. Okay. 25 years later, I was at one of the conferences, and doctors are the worst patients. We know that. So I have checked for a long time. And there was a little booth there. You can get your bloods drawn and test it. I said, you know what? I've been to the doctor. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm terrible. And I said, you know what? A little box you could check off to get rabies tested. So I said, what the heck? I mean, I haven't had a rabies. I don't deal with rabid animals. I'm dealing with dogs and cats. So, Beverly Hills, Hollywood, we're not getting dogs with rabies. Come on. Anyway, I do the test, and my test comes back. This is 25 years. Well, actually 29 years later, because it was yet as a freshman. So 30 years, let's say, I still have a high titer. So everybody is different, which is why I prefer the titer testing, because there's no such thing as one size fits all when it comes to medicine, certainly veterinary medicine. There's just so much variation. So I like to take each case individually. So anyway, we have elective surgeries, hold off for now.
Hold off, wait. If you need to see a vet, maybe do airVet or a telemedicine for the routine. Maybe there's a question about coughing and wheezing. Good place to start is airVet. And then they'll direct you with the next step and to figure out there is a question we have that sort of encompasses 2 questions. So thank you, John and Shannon. One is the sharing her dog with her ex-husband. How should she handle the handing over to him? I assume his work schedule involves people that might be exposed. How should you involve? Should you give your dog a nice bath? Should you give him some water right when you do it? How can we handle over to sort of
It's a tough question for Shannon, as I see. How much do you trust your ex-husband? But anyway, having said that,
that seems like a deeper question than we want to answer right now.
So, again, it's very important because there is an exchange here to make sure that both parties are washing their hands well. If everything is clean, that as we talk, maybe wash the dog before it goes, if you're switching hands, and that would be a safe thing. It's like us sitting and washing our hands for 20 seconds. Okay. Just a good wash down. I don't know if it's a huge 100-pound dog. Sorry, but if it's a small dog, it'd be very easy. Kitchen sink, just to be safe, and then wash and spray your hands. I also looking here that the first death of the dog is false. That is true. It is not true. And can we get COVID-19 from a dog's saliva? Only, as we mentioned, only if the dog had a fresh batch of it in their mouth from having licked or touched a person that was that was eliminating through a cough or a sneeze the virus particles. Yeah. But it's very unlikely.
Okay, very unlikely. And then we have a question, and with more of a statement from Lauren about watching dog TV while she's with her dog at home. I know you're our veterinary advisor. I want to be very upfront with that to our audience. What is your, sort of take on dog TV and how people should use it during this time?
I think it's great. First of all, it's ideal for the program that we have to keep dogs occupied. And they're mesmerized. I mean, I had a Frenchie, gave it to my son when he got his other, long story. But anyway, they live 4 blocks away. My French bulldogs are actually dog TV nuts, and they love watching dog TV. And now with the educational programming and that which we provide for pet parents as well, it's sort of round the clock kind of, it's excellent because there's something for everybody. And now, look, we need it. It's great to enjoy the programs together with your pets. And now, if you want to see what was making my dog so interested in dog TV, now that you're home and school is out, you can see for yourself. And say, oh my God, this stuff is great. So it's something that everybody can enjoy. And I love being a part of it because anything that we can do to educate pet parents, to enhance the bond between people and their pets, and between pets and their people also, I am major in favor of. So I'm glad, Lauren, that you're enjoying it. And now you see why we're so excited about it.
Excellent. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to see kind of behind the scenes of your dog's life. And then also we've heard some opportunities where people are working from home now in certain industries, and now they get to turn dog TV on to a nice needed distraction when they're on conference calls or phone calls or working long hours that, your dog might know when you're home that it's all him, but that's not the case today. And then our last question.
Awesome. So Sarah, again, until we know more, unless it's absolutely essential, I don't know what size dog you have, but a sink, a bathtub, or just outside with a hose, it could be just fine. I would be a little extra cautious because I don't know if everybody is aware of how cautious we want to be with themselves, let alone why are we staying inside? Because we can't trust everybody else outside. Same thing with our pets, because the pet can, though it will not get sick from it, it might be a carrier potentially. And again, it's a low probability, but why even take the risk? With virus that we don't know about, stick them in the tub, stick them in the kitchen sink, take them out with the garden hose. Don't worry about the cold water; they do fine, and wash them yourself.
Yeah, maybe get the eyes free and get them there. Well, thank you, Dr. Jeff. I know you're a very busy man. You'll be on local, big TV there, nationally renowned. So we appreciate your time, your energy, and keeping us up to date here. We want to make sure people can follow along with your journey, Dr. Jeff, and updates from you. Where's the best place for people to follow who you are and your practice? So
you can get me on Facebook. It's Dr. Jeff Werber. Always drjeff.com is my website. I am Instagram at Dr. Jeff Werber. Follow me on Instagram. We'd love it. And, whatever, social media, Twitter, at Dr. Werber. I'm pretty much everywhere. So just, follow me, check me out. And as I said, I'm always trying to give, I have Insta stories that I do. I'm going to be on KTLA, which is our local news today. So I'm going to do a little quick Insta story before that. And then all the segments that I do, I was on KBC yesterday, are going to be posted on my site so you can see the segments. And of course, COVID-19 it's a hot topic right now, as is telemedicine. So we're talking a lot about that.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jeff. And of course, while you're home, make sure you turn on DOGTV. What a fun way to give your dog a little extra treat while you're home with them for this extra time. And then if you do need veterinary medicine, we do encourage you, as Dr. Jeff said, be a little extra cautious. Try a televet option. We do agree airVet is an excellent choice. And so that would, just no extra word of caution. Time to just, pop flicks and chill with DOGTV. So Dr. Jeff, thank you so much. Any parting words for our audience before we let you go? No,
just, love your pets. They love you. Be safe. And look, this is a necessity. Look, there's always a silver lining. What a great bonding time we now have to spend even more time with our pets. They love it. We get to appreciate them and they get to appreciate us even more. So I think this is, it's take advantage of it. Hopefully, we'll be back at work soon, back in the restaurant soon. Life will get back to normal, but right now we have to be extra cautious.
Exactly. My dog, Nikki, is absolutely in love that I'm at home and his DOGTV is on. He's like, I think he stakes it out. He's like, this is my hour. You can get the noontime. I'll get during the day. You go back to work. So Dr. Jeff, thank you again. Audience, please feel free to put some more questions in the comments. We'll try to get Dr. Jeff to answer them at a further date. We're probably doing more of these with him as updates, as you're saying, this thing is always changing. So we want to keep you up to date. So DOGTV Pack, Joe Myers here. Thank you again, Dr. Jeff. As always, thank you.
Thanks. Looking forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.
Talk soon, guys. Bye.